Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and this is another 15-minute photo challenge. Now today we've come into the Sussex countryside to the wonderful Balcombe Viaduct. I've not been here before. I've got 15 minutes to find the very best photographs and see what we can do with it. Okay, well, no time to lose, let's get cracking. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, actually, before we even go anywhere, this corn, we're in the middle of a cornfield, so we've got to get some pictures of corn. This is just too good an opportunity to miss. We'll get to the viaduct in a minute. Okay, so what I'm looking for is just perhaps one little head of corn just sticking up a little bit. And seeing if I can just pick it out. Now to do that, I think I'm going to use a really big aperture, something like f1.8, which is the biggest. Our fixed lens, of course, on these challenges, I always use one fixed lens, and a 50mm, and this will go to 1.8, which is a huge aperture, but it really does allow you to throw the background out of focus. One downside with that is sometimes it can get too much out of focus, so we need to keep an eye on it, but I think that's actually kind of nice. There's another one actually just over here. I can see a couple of bits, 3 bits sticking up. Now, got to be careful I don't walk onto the farmer's field, so I'm staying very carefully to the footpaths. But again, with a fixed zoom, I really want to go closer, so I'm going to have to get down really low. But that kind of works as well, that sets it against the bridge. Okay, let's head over towards the viaduct. There's one that's sticking up and it's right on the edge of the path, so I should be able to get it up against the blue sky. I can get it to come away from its neighbours. I quite like the way the other ones are out of focus around it as well, because we've got others straying into the frame, but I'm trying to really get a good angle so I don't see any of the viaduct behind it. So we're coming up to the viaduct here, and I kind of like the way that each of these little arches recesses back, so I'm going to see if I can get a wide-ish shot. Now, a 50mm lens is not a wide-angle lens by any stretch of the imagination, but nonetheless it's doing a pretty good job here. In fact, if I turn the camera on its side, working in portrait format gives a better picture still. Downsides of being a little on the short side is you can't see what's happening. Look at that. Beautiful purple flower, dark grim grey wall. I mean, that's got to be good, isn't it? The colour of the flower against the wall is just ideal. Again, I'm going to use a nice big aperture to try and separate it from the background. I still have a hint of the wall in focus. If it would stop lying around, it would be a heck of a lot easier. Also going to try a different angle as well, so rather than just taking it straight on, which is the obvious route to go, just taking it on a bit of an angle just to try and throw the background gradually out of focus. Stay still. Oh, you have. Well done. No, gone. Okay, tell you what we really need. What we really need is actually somebody up on here. Breezy? Yeah. Doing some wonderful things to your hair. Okay, that's cool. Try line back against the wall here, so we can get it to lie on the wall, which should give us a nice curve of this huge wall. That's good. Next we're going to go back this way. Quite like the corn that's been pushed down as well, so I've moved it with my foot, but let's try and get a picture of that on the ground. There we go. So the flattened corn's right under your feet, a picture you probably just walk over the top of. And you may say that was probably a good thing, just keep walking over it, but you never know, sometimes these things will work. Better to take the pictures and work out the picture later at home than not take it and regret that you never took the picture at all. Well, believe it or not, that's actually the end of my 15 minutes, bang on. Now, hopefully I've got some great pictures in the camera. They looked okay on the back of the screen, but you're never really sure until you get back. So what we're going to do now, get home, get these into Photoshop and see what we can do with them.